Hey y'all, it's Jaymilanonyc, aka Jada, and I'm here to answer some questions with Sound of the Future.
I love you, 508.
All right, so my name is Jada. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Harlem, and I do a little bit of content and a little bit of songwriting, song making. I'm recently coming out with some stuff. So content has always been a thing since I was 5 years old, before I knew the name content. I was always making videos in front of the camera, always making videos on my mom's iPads. And then I started doing commercials, small commercials for toys. And then during quarantine, I just started putting my creativity to use, and I started making short films, skits, and then I ended up transforming into Instagram since I realized it was a hard platform to grow on. And ever since then, I just started pushing and just doing what I could with that and having fun. It's a lot of big people that come out of Harlem. I feel like I wanted to be somebody who would actually make it out of Harlem with something that they love. There's a lot of people in the towns that just do stuff because they want to make money or just trap because they want to make money. I wanted to do something that's authentic to me. And it's just a place where it's so much art in Harlem, and there's so many people that are down to make business with you, help you make videos, help you record, give you ideas. So I feel like Harlem really played its part when it comes to the community. I feel like I really haven't had any influences. It's just always been like maybe Tyler Perry, because Medea's probably like my favorite in the world. So I would say Medea, Tyler Perry. That's it. I don't really watch people like that. So poetry has always been my thing, my outlet, especially in quarantine. I just didn't know how to express myself, especially when the hoops got taken down during quarantine. It was hard to play basketball, and that was my outlet. So after poetry, I started moving into music, and I just I would say that I'm more in like my sexy drill era right now. I feel like that's the perfect middle, like that's the perfect match for me because drill is just so aggressive. Like I don't have that type of voice. My voice is very soft, and I'm a very good like R&B type of person. So I would say that's kind of my sound. My thoughts on drill, sexy drill. I feel like drill is very aggressive. Drill is for people who really got beef out here, and I don't have beef, so I feel like it's no reason for me to be yelling in a mic. But for sexy drill, I feel like you could connect to people more. Like I like when people are able to just sit and bop to my music. And I'm a very romantic writer, so I feel like that just fits me a little bit more. I've always thought about clothing, but I didn't want to release clothing until I knew that it was set apart from others. I didn't want it to be like the same type of theme as other people. I wanted it to be different, and I wanted myself to be comfortable with it. So I have some ideas, I just didn't bring it out yet. I feel like intimidating. A lot of people would come up to me in the street and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know you would be so nice." And I'm very sweet, very nice. They could always come to me, and I always tell my supporters and followers that they could always come to me if they need anything. Always DM me, hit me up, like if they need somebody to talk to. Because at the end of the day, I'm a regular person. I'm very humble with what I do, and I feel like there's always room to grow. Some of my goals that I hope to really achieve is to expand outside of, the United States. I wanted to reach more countries, more people to know my name. I want to make more short films instead of skits, more 130-minute skits. I wanted to make like, short films. I wanted to grow more on YouTube. I feel like my work is just on Instagram instead of YouTube. So I wanted to grow more with that. Oh, that's a good question. I feel like college is not for everybody, but the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to have a plan B just in case content doesn't work out. I feel like so many people do content now. You just have to have a plan B with everything. But I feel like there are some times where I debate if college is for me because of the workload, and I just know I'm not a college person, but I do want to have the experience and also have a degree. But if you feel like content is gonna take you somewhere and you're very, very confident in your skills and your craft, then I feel like you don't need college, honestly. I feel like my biggest thing to gain from my content is that you could do anything you put your mind to, and no matter how much time it takes, you can still do it. Because I went from last year 1K to now 44, almost reaching 45K in a year just by being consistent. I want to tell people like it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, you could always do it. Usually I just go off of my day-to-day basis. Like if I see something outside that's relatable and everybody goes through it, I'll write it down in my notes quick just so I won't forget. And I'll be like, all right, this is what people go through. Let me try to incorporate that with something funny, like a snow fight or falling on the snow. Like I'll make a skit about somebody in the snow. I'll just put it together. And then for music, it's just I use my real life with that as well. I use stories that I've been through or situations that I'm probably mad about in the moment. I'll just put it together, and that has a play in my poetry side, my poetic side. The key to success is determination and consistency and humbleness. I feel like if you're not humble, you won't ever reach your dreams. If you're not consistent, you're not gonna be able to reach your dreams at all, because it's like you can't dribble a ball for the first time and expect to win your game. You gotta practice, you gotta put your mind to it, you gotta take those hours that nobody sees you working just to work. You know, it's all about working behind the camera. The hardest part is probably adjusting to Albany, because in New York City, you get a different audience. You have a higher reach. And when I went to Albany, I went from getting a K to 10K likes on a video to now 400 to 500 to 600. And it was really like, what am I doing wrong? But I had to just continue to be consistent. And then finally, one of my videos had hit 100K likes. And that's when I finally was like, all right, I'm back. Like, it's time. I want to be remembered as somebody who made people laugh and enjoy their time. I don't ever want to be like one of those snobby people that just forgot people while I was going up. I want people to always remember, like, you know, oh, I was able to talk to that girl when I was going through it. That girl made me laugh. That girl helped me out during my trying time. Like, I want to be one of those people. On the 9th of January, I have Relax, my first single coming out. And then the next day after that, I have another single coming out back to back, because I feel like it's old. I owe this to myself as well. I haven't put out music, even though I've been stacking on a bunch of songs for 3 years. So that's just something to look forward to. Advice, just keep being consistent, keep pushing. Don't let nobody ever downgrade your feelings, and don't ever let anybody tell you what to do and what not to do. If you feel comfortable in it, do it. Stay safe. And yeah, be yourself.
I love you, 508.